Hey, friend.
Hey.
Welcome to Please Be Fucking For Real podcast.
The inaugural episode. That means the first.
It's our pilot.
The number one.
I'm excited. Okay. So, if you guys want to know about us, my name is Mickey Markel. I am a hairstylist by day, screenwriter by night, and I'll stop doing hair when it pays my bills.
I'm Quarter Quay, and I am an attorney by day, all around general bad bitch by night. No, I'm just playing. But we're friends, and we're here to give you guys a platform to see some of the shit that kind of blows our minds on a daily basis, keep you informed, updated on music, politics, all around current events, and just give you our perspective on how things should be, people who doing it right, people who doing it the wrong way, and kind of just give you a little bit of our own flavor.
In the beginning, you've seen me mix a drink. We're going to start off every episode with the cocktail we're having. I'm actually having a jalapeno margarita. Quay.
I'll say this. I'm not the biggest fan of spicy drinks.
I love the spice.
I'm a sweet bitch. Give me some sweet. We do like an espresso martini or something.
Yeah, if I would have known, I would have not done this. But you know, niggas do shit at the last minute.
Very.
So I never sent her my production clips for what we were gonna do. So she had no idea, and I just assumed bitch would like a spice.
Because who doesn't like a spicy margarita?
Like a spice?
Me, baby. Okay, but I'm drinking it anyway because I'm a good sport. Something I pride myself on.
Hey, she's always been a good sport. So we're gonna like to start off every episode with I know that's right.
And what that basically means is kind of the opposite of please be fucking for real. Like I know that's right. When we give basically props or acknowledge Black people or people of color who are doing things in society, in the world that, you know, you should be big up it. Because a lot of times on these platforms, we endorse and support and promote a lot of negative shit. So
yeah, the negative shit be funny, but we always got to give people their flowers while they're here.
But at the same time, we is still pointing out some of that wild ass shit at the end with the please be fucking for real take. So what's the first? I know that's right.
You know, I love my people, and you know what? I'm searching for I know that's right because
I got one. Keith Lee. Keith Lee visited the Bay Area this week. Yeah, he did a tour. He does. Everybody knows Keith Lee. He's not a hood critic. He made himself very clear. He's not a hood critic. I just wanted to know where he was getting his recommendations, because they had this man in the TLs with his family and his infant. I don't know if y'all know about the Tenderloin, but that is the place in America to get fentanyl currently. So
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Just watch any Bay Area episode of what's that show? Intervention. That's what they'll take you right to the.
You know, we know somebody that was on here.
I heard. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily referencing that particular episode. Please.
That's what brought that. Yeah.
Well, that is featured in that episode. No, but seriously, so the recommendations that he got were like unserious. It's like, and I understand like his demographic isn't all Black people, right? He does visit different cultures, and a lot of people who watch him are different cultures. So
is it weird that I think that he on the spectrum, and it might just be that he's trying to go to different audiences? That might be the whole thing.
I think he's just, you know, he used to be a MMA fighter, right? Please don't do this. The spectrum is a host of different things. My son is on the spectrum, so
I
that's
know,
close.
And I'm not saying that as a joke, but I believe that he has that kind of plausible unsocial awareness. You know, like how You know, there's a game that people play when they're influencers. It's that persona that they put on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't put on that persona.
But is that a persona in and of itself? That I'm going to reject the whole ideology of a social media persona.
Right. It's almost like the newscaster voice.
But in that piggybacks onto my point of I know that's right. So the reason he canceled his Bay Area food tour was basically, in so many words, it was a number of reasons, but the most controversial of the three was that the Bay Area was just a trash ass place, and it was beneath him to walk on the streets of the Bay Area.
Really?
Specifically,
I missed this.
Yeah, man. So that's what he said. Somebody also lied. Everybody knows he's allergic to shellfish, and one of the people he visited served him some food that was on the same grill as a shellfish. He had allergic reaction. So not only did he talk about the systemic problems with homelessness and policies, but he also had a severe allergic reaction.
That's what I like about him too, is that he includes that part.
Yeah, no. So that's my whole point, and I know that's right. Take a stand. It's kind of outrageous to do a tourism thing in a place like that when that's how our people are living out there.
Because Atlanta was not living for what he had to say.
No, for sure. Nobody really was, except maybe New Orleans, and that's the home of the most delicious black cuisine. You can't get any more premier than that.
I love New Orleans. Have you been in New Orleans?
I haven't been in New Orleans, but I've been trying to plan a trip.
We should film an episode in New Orleans.
Essence Fest.
Ooh.
That might be it.
You hear that? We're speaking it into existence. Essence Fest.
But Keith Lee, big up. I know that's right. Stand on something, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for it.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Don't play. But on the real,
you need to come out the sack.
That's what I was about to say.
To fork out here.
If it was too ghetto in the Bay, you could have came to Sac, where it was a little bit more.
Yeah, we're the whole capital of California.
But
People forget about us.
We don't never get the respect we deserve.
We don't.
And that's one thing.
They called us the capital for a reason.
Because it's where it's all started. But so I know that's right. Keith Lee. Do you got another I know that's right?
I know that's right. I think that's the I know that's right for the week.
That's a good one. It is. But if you feeling yourself and you want to come back to California, Keith Lee, come to Sacramento, go to LA, go somewhere.
I think you would have a great time in Sacramento. There's a lot of great dining just right here.
And I gotta shout out. I have to shout out my man's the Kitchen 916. He's locked up right now, but he's getting out soon. And if Keith Lee was to come to Sacramento, that's the number one place. Don't nobody fry a chicken better than that man. Free him. I don't know his name. Free the Kitchen 916.
The Kitchen 916?
Yeah, you never been?
No. I gotta check you out, Kitchen 916.
That's because you've been spending too much time in Vegas. You ain't been out inside.
I know. I've recently moved back to Sacramento, and I really love this city, you guys. A lot of people that are from here don't, but I really do. Next we have up is the new drops. So new on the music drops. Kid Cudi. Today's Friday. Kid Cudi dropped. And Kali Uchis dropped.
Is it Kali Uchis or Kali Uchis? Uchi wali wali, Uchi bang bang.
I hope it's Uchi now.
Oh God.
Kali Uchi. I'm about to say that. And if I ever meet her, I'm about to say that. Uchi wali wali, Uchi bang bang. Because this new album she has I love it actually. It's giving Sade meets Selena.
Okay, I like that analogy. I listened to it per your request.
Yes.
My husband is a big fan of Kali Uchis, but he has a really eclectic style.
I felt eclectic listening to it.
I felt eclectic looking at the cover.
If I played it at a party and there was Latino people at my party, they would be like, "Oh, he is eclectic."
Well, honestly, I was a little skeptical. When you told me, I'm like, "Does he mean this Okidia? This album? Shit is in Spanish. This is for the Latinx community."
Shout out to your pronunciation because you got it.
Was that
Okidia.
it? That's probably was wrong. Did we look up what it means?
It meant what did it mean? That
orchid. It's
orchid.
The plant like we have over there.
Yes. Shout out to Natalie as our one of our producers. We'll probably be talking to her a lot. on the side.
She's helping us a lot.
She got the phone with the Google to give us receipts when we need them.
But substantively speaking about that particular project, what I will say is, based on the name, I prejudged it because it wasn't Spanish. And I'm like, girl, come on. Like, I don't even speak Spanish. But no, like, when you listen to it, you don't give a fuck about the words because it really does slap. It's really a vibe.
It's really a vibe.
Now, maybe when I got to like track 8, made patas or something, I was like, all right, this is enough of this shit. But
yeah, when she started getting into the real Rancho Rio,
I was like, okay, like, this is clearly for a different community.
I was like, I feel it because you in your
fucking bag.
You in your bag.
You in your bag. You in your Latina.
Beyonce goes back to Africa moment.
Yes.
You went back to Mexico.
Your homelands.
And you did your shit.
But also.
And you did your shit with looks. I can't wait to see the videos because I know she gives looks.
She does give looks. She's pregnant right now too.
Oh yeah, you did say she was pregnant with who, baby?
Dan Tolliver. I've seen the name. I can't recall.
Dan Tolliver sounds goofy. Who is that?
I can't recall any tracks, but he does. I've seen his name on some popular tracks. I can't recall like what his famous song is, but the discussion on Twitter is he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
In comparison to her.
I'm vanilla, baby. That's what's coming to my mind.
No, that's like, that's...
oh, he black.
No, he's black. You're thinking of...
Don Tolliver, born in 1994, June 12th. He's a Gemini.
What's his most famous song?
Singer, songwriter, his guest appearance, fellow Houston rapper. Oh, he's known for Travis Scott, being Travis Scott's friend.
Yeah. Okay, so the discussion is like...
After No Idea.
I've never heard that song, but I have seen his name.
Best known for single No Idea in 2019.
I've never heard the song, but I have seen his name, and I will say that. But the discussion on Twitter is like women dating down. Successful women dating men who are not as
don't you guys have to date down because niggas ain't shit?
I mean, that's a very blanketed statement.
How hard is it to find it? Like, even Beyonce
didn't date down.
She's settling for a nigga because this nigga really...
Well, when they got together, you're with
this nigga because who else are you going to make $1 billion with?
Yeah. Okay. True. But
she really told us all, like, this nigga ain't shit either.
But dating down as financially, I think they mean it in terms of finance. Not necessarily. Finance and probably notoriety.
So that's what I'm saying. So bitches are staying with niggas so they don't date down. Because you have no other option to date down.
They have music together.
Drugs and Hella Melodies. Yes. You know that track?
I don't. I will say I know who he is, which is more than I can say for Keke Palmer's baby daddy.
Ooh.
And Halle Bailey's baby daddy. DDG.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I've never seen.
So wait. That's crazy that you said baby daddy because I didn't even know the bitch had a baby.
Halle Bailey?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to tap back into the world.
That she had a baby. Bitch, when did she?
She denied
when did she tell people that she had a baby?
She didn't have to tell us. She was walking around looking like a fucking whale.
Yeah. When?
Every outfit she ever had on was her hiding her belly with a small ass face. Girl, come on, like it's 2024, baby. We not pretending no more.
I'm too old. I missed it.
You didn't aged out of the bullshit.
I didn't aged out of the mermaid.
Hey, listen, speaking of aging out of the bullshit, I went to a live taping of a podcast.
You did?
About relationships. It's not that many live taping of podcasts, so you guys can figure out who the fuck I'm talking about. I was invited. I didn't buy the tickets. I was invited and it was free, and I liked the person who invited me, so I wanted to go.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, the music was lit. They let you smoke a little bit of weed in there, so I'm always okay with that.
Right.
But once they got to like the substance of what they were saying about relationships, that's when I knew I aged out of the relationship podcast persona. Yeah, it was just kind of like, what do you do if your man won't be a man, bitch? Everybody knows to leave him, bitch. I don't like. They got to stand up. Like, how do I convince my man to be a man? You don't like.
Society has really tricked women into believing that they need niggas, and niggas need y'all.
Yeah,
that's the whole part.
Shit, I don't know, but when I seen that live taping, I was like, man, people was paying for this.
Right, and that's the fucking reason we sitting right here on these microphones, because
you could have just had a conversation with your mama, your auntie. To listen to
him. Guess what?
Right.
Now you go listen to us.
I got some shit to say. If that's the advice y'all take.
If that's the case, you might as well listen to somebody smarter than that.
Somebody gonna tell you something, but no disrespect to that, because they got the paper game down, and nigga know how to make $1 for sure.
We ain't gonna knock it.
But yeah.
The I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah. Oh, but what about you? What did you think about Kid Cudi? Did you get a chance to listen at all to Kid Cudi?
I'm gonna say this. No. Let me just start there, because I hate when somebody has a long ass explanation. First of all, answer my question. No, I didn't. And to be honest, I kind of feel like I know what it's gonna sound like.
And it was exactly what you probably thought.
Yeah, like I used to be a Kid Cudi.
I was listening to him and I was like,
it's like
he's not evolving to me.
And
I'm so upset about it, because I love Kid Cudi.
Like, but seriously, who's been a Kid Cudi? Who's been a Kid Cudi? Who's listened to a Kid Cudi album since Man on the Moon? I don't think anyone.
And that's so funny, because Nat, I was telling her about, she was like, did it sound like Man on the Moon? And I was like, yeah.
It sounded like it was trying to sound like Man on the Moon.
It was trying to sound
and that's what I already knew.
Oh, it hurts me to talk about you like this, because I love him.
You know what?
I wish he was my man.
He's cute. But honestly, what surprised me, did you read all that shit in the complaint from Cassie to Diddy?
I did read some of it.
Did you see the part about Kid Cudi that they said was about Kid Cudi?
She was dating him.
And he burnt up the car or whatever?
Yeah, he blew up his car.
Okay. One, if I'm Kid Cudi, I'm telling everyone that. like, why is this a secret?
My car blew the fuck up.
And it was fucking him. Yeah. Like, why is that a secret? Yeah. How did you allow that to be a secret for so long?
Kind of. And you know what's crazy to me? I'm going to be honest. I told Natalie my whole life that, you know, Diddy's always kind of felt like he was fluid, right? I always felt like he was sexually fluid.
Absolutely.
I was like, you know what? If I ever was fucking around and I've met Diddy, I would really give that nigga. I'm a top 2. I don't give head like that. I would give him head just off GP, just off of who he was. Since the Cassie case has come out, I feel like he's disgusted me. I take all that back.
Here's the interesting angle to that. What do you feel about his relationship or his potential relationship now that we know what type of time he was on with that guy, Farnsworth Bentley? Was he his fucking sub or what?
Let me tell you this. When I was in the 12th motherfucking grade, I had to do a book report before graduation for English 12. You know what book I chose?
Well,
Superhead.
And they allowed this public school. Public school.
When I tell you my presentation, they was on the edge of their seat. Even the teacher.
Oh God.
They was like, and I was like, and she got pictures in here. She got pictures with Diddy, Usher.
And this is funny because we went to the same high school. He was a senior, I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And I was so bad to them. The principal called me in the office and said, "Do you think this is a ghetto school?" Yes. Thank you for the evidence. It was a ghetto school.
Bitch left my school and went to the suburbs. She didn't graduate from where I graduated.
Hell no. And thank God, because goddamn.
No.
They was doing book reports on Superhead.
Kids doing cocaine and shit. Did nobody at my school do that? We didn't
even have the
budget for it.
I know none of them. That's back then. They was laughing at me for smoking weed.
Oh
shit.
Oh,
the lights.
The lights went out on us. Technical difficulty.
It's a lot of kinks in here. We're gonna work out.
You guys, this is our first episode. Thank you for fucking with us.
Thank you for tuning the fuck in.
We appreciate you guys
listening to this shit.
And I really want to know who out of all of you guys watched the full 2 hours and 42 minutes of Katt Williams.
Oh, everybody. I thought you were going to say Color Purple.
No,
that's why I was laughing.
I could not do The Color Purple.
A musical, The Color Purple. We're going to mute. We're going to.
But you know what I do want to
create a soundtrack to this traumatic. I'm sorry.
I do want to talk about.
I don't want to upset Oprah.
I do want to talk about. I love you, Oprah. I do want to talk about. I'm gonna fuck about what Taraji is talking about. That bitch signed the paper. She knew what her check.
She knew what a contract was when she got into it.
She knew what the fuck it was. You could have told her. She could have told Oprah before. And that bitch, write your own stories. That's what I want to tell a lot of black actresses out here. You see these people out here producing their own shit. Produce your own shit.
Okay, I respect all the actresses standing up except one. Gabrielle fucking Union. Like,
except Gabrielle Union?
Yeah, except, like, bitch, we know you're getting paid what you deserve. Please shut the fuck up. I know for a fact.
Wasn't.
Yeah. And I think she makes like over $4 million.
That bitch is like, if Alicia Silverstone's old ass is getting more than Gabrielle Union, I would speak up too, bitch. Because what the fuck?
Gabrielle ain't hurting. She didn't capitalize every area of her life. Every area of her life has been capitalized.
I'm a dark-skinned bitch with a cute nose. You better pay me the max.
They pay that bitch the max. Trust me. The nigga max. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like, that's not enough.
She said, I should be on the same level as Meryl Streep.
Right. Cameron Diaz is getting
bitch, she didn't play the same character 87 times. Bitch,
all these bitches do.
Come on, you gotta have some versatility.
Meryl Streep be playing different motherfuckers.
Yeah, and what the other bitch name is?
I cannot step on Meryl Streep.
My favorite white actress, Nicole Kidman. That bitch can act.
That bitch give me nuts. She give me loony.
She can give you the full range though.
But you know what? I feel like a great actress is a sociopath.
Gotta be.
You gotta be.
To even tap into those.
Even be able to, on the movie Us. What's her name?
Us. I'm not even
Lupita
Nyong'o.
Yes.
Speaking of bitches dating below out of their tax bracket, well, who was our dude and he cheated on her?
Oh, I don't know.
It was a nobody. We don't even know the name.
But I do know when she filmed the movie Us. Remember when she did the character and she's like, I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, I didn't see that. I've never seen it.
What's homeboy that wrote the movie?
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole said that he would go to her trailer and the bitch was like that for the whole month she played the character. He said that he would go to her dressing room and make hair and makeup, and that bitch would be in the corner standing there like, and he would be like, "You ready to shoot?" And she'd be like, "Yes, I'm ready."
Oh my God!
Like,
I think she's dating.
Real method actress.
She's dating Josh Jackson now, or what was the dude's name?
Joshua Jackson always gave me a little gay.
He played in Dawson's Creek, right?
Yes.
What was his name in Dawson's Creek?
Cruel Intentions.
What was his name in Dawson's
Creek? His name in Dawson's Creek was
Casey, I think.
Oh, you found it. I was like, bitch, I don't know.
I always would say, like, if I had a daughter,
the fact that Jamie Foxx was fucking the bitch from
Katie Holmes, yeah.
Katie, no lips, no ass is what I call
Jamie Foxx is non-discriminatory. He likes his women like that.
No, is he the character from the Netflix movie?
What about all that controversy behind him when he just... Yeah, and then he like disappeared. And then he like was in the hospital for hella long. And then he never told us like what was wrong with you. You just came back normal. Bitch, did you have a stroke, a heart attack? Did you pass out? Did you go psychotic? What happened?
No, it's probably STD. That's when you don't repeat it.
Nobody's hospitalized for STD.
Bitch, if you ain't got treated for syphilis, your ass will be in the hospital.
You think this multi-millionaire is walking around with syphilis?
If you're raw dogging bitches from videos, you might be.
Hell no. They call it in, they doctors.
Yeah, he caught it.
But I didn't throw you all the way off. You was talking about the Katt Williams interview, the 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah, shout out to Katt Williams.
Way to shake the fucking world, dude.
I love me some Katt Williams, too.
Who doesn't? What I will say about that particular topic is that I find it funny that everybody willy-nilly watched 2 hours and 48 minutes of Katt Williams talking shit. But it was like 9-10 responses from random actresses, and there were like 3 minutes to 9 minutes, and we was all like, nah, I think I heard enough. Like, Katt said enough. We got all the perspective we needed. Yeah.
Right. And everything he said made sense. And you know what? Before I even watched that interview, I watched, shout out to Impressive with an E. She's a black YouTuber that kind of reiterates pop culture. And she like kind of put in all the receipts on her YouTube of everything he said. Like as he said it, she put the receipts of like the jokes that
were copied
and like the man wigs that were worn.
But really, I mean, I understand we didn't have 4K TV and shit back then, but how the fuck we didn't know that microphone ass hairstyle wasn't a goddamn wig? That shit looked like a microphone fresh out the box.
I would have never known. I was a whole white woman like, girl.
We used to be like, his shit is crispy. Crispy. His line is crispy. His stylist was ahead of his time, is what it was. He was ahead of his time.
And you know what's crazy? You know, I'm a hairstylist.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that when I was in school in Paul Mitchell, his barber came and spoke at my school.
The nigga who was getting $5,000 a week, or
$5,000.
Did he mention that?
He did. He definitely did.
I hate that for him, though.
And no, that is his life story.
I know. That's why I said I wanted you to go like bigger and better, and then was like, that was just the beginning.
He's getting paid to go around the park
and talk about that.
Tell them how he was charging Steve Harvey $5,000 a week.
Oh God!
To keep that crispy hairline, even though the nigga bald as a motherfucker.
Before Katt Williams ever came out and said anything, I hated Steve Harvey too.
You hated Steve Harvey?
Absolutely.
I never had bad will towards Steve Harvey, but I never noticed that he's not really as funny as...
I noticed he wasn't as funny.
He's not funny. He's not a king of comedy to me.
He's definitely nowhere a king of comedy, but he's also just kind of annoying. He is annoying looking. His voice is annoying.
I don't think so. He reminds me of like an uncle from back in the day. I fuck with Steve Harvey. I fuck with game show hosting.
I don't think he should have took over that game show.
The Family Feud?
No.
I don't know. I fuck with Family Feud. That's me and my family fuck with Family Feud.
I don't know. Maybe it's my perspective. Okay. Let me get down to the real.
See my family versus your family in Family Feud? That'd be funny as fuck.
They wouldn't be able to air anything.
We lose.
We wouldn't be. We'd be cussing and shit. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to air anything.
We wouldn't be able to air anything.
Be a baseless episode. No, but what I was going to say about Steve Harvey, I hate the fact that, and maybe this is just a hater, but if you marry someone as a grown adult, why the fuck is your adult ass daughter changing her last name to mine? Like,
that's cloudy.
It's giving cloudy, and it's not cloudy.
Like Kris Jenner saying, "Should I change my name to Kardashian because I get better service in restaurants?"
Right.
And are you talking about your ex-husband's name? We were married to a whole
new nigga. Are you talking about
a whole new baby?
So
dad?
Your dad is not even dead. Yeah. You're just excommunicating him from your life and lineage. Like
my show has put that name on, and I want it back. God.
She's a bad bitch, though. Shout out Lori Harvey.
Shout out to Lori Harvey and the baby hair. I love it.
The baby hair is very natural. It's an art. Doing baby hair is honestly an art. And one thing, since we're talking about shit that I hate when hairstylists overdo the baby hairs.
Girl, so shout out to me and my friends. We were watching Tubi. So I'm a screenwriter, guys. And the reason why you guys have never seen any of my films is because I'm a real bougie screenwriter. I could have been shot a movie. I could have been put some shit on Tubi, but it would be a Tubi-ass film.
Oh, God.
And I just want to go the more Issa Rae route, you know? But me and my friends were in Tahoe in a hotel, and we were watching Tubi movies. And when it's just crazy to me how, you know, those things, you know, when you go past an accident and you can't look away.
Right. It's like a slow
you know, this ain't really good.
But you keep watching that shit.
But you keep watching it.
Honestly, I don't watch any Tubi movies until I go get my hair done by my hairstylist. And she doesn't give a fuck. She puts it on faithfully.
The fact that I'm a hairstylist and I was like, that's the perfect thing to play your work.
And she don't give a fuck. She like, ooh, this is a bad one. I love her though. I love her.
But the Tubi, it'd be like, you know, it'd be like, I wish more for our black cinema. I wish more for us than the constant cheating and then shooting the person that
or some form of that story. Some acrimony of that story.
Some version of that.
Yeah.
But Katt Williams though, you know what I really feel like when I was watching the interview, I was like, Katt Williams is like the Beyonce of comedy. And that's a strong statement to make.
That's a strong statement. I honestly like, because he's a little bit like low-key hated on, I feel like, just like how he was saying, I would say
like
he's
Kobe
more
Bryant.
He's more like
he ain't never failed. He works really hard. And niggas really hate on what the shit he got to say.
Right. But people like praise Beyonce.
I feel like
it'd be more like an Azalea Banks if she was actually like talented and not just talking shit. So
he's more like the Nas of comedy.
He's more like the Bad Boy Say. I'm trying to think of someone.
And the reason I said he was like Beyonce is because I've always wanted Beyonce. I know in my heart that Beyonce is like Jocelyn Hernandez. I know that Kelly and Michelle know that the real Beyonce is the check a bitch Beyonce.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. I think she's like, get the fuck out this bitch, your luggage. I can send your luggage.
We can send your luggage.
We can send your luggage.
I was gonna say like a Rihanna. Like he's giving me like the bad boy of comedy.
Right. Because you're right. Because it's not really
because she's
political.
Still very iconic.
But she's very PC. She's very politically correct. Versus speaking your mind.
Who?
Beyonce.
Yes, absolutely. And so, as far as like the recognition goes, I think. But I don't know. Katt Williams, like he shook the world up with that interview, honestly. And a lot of the responses were so funny because it was like, he telling the truth, but fuck him. Most of the people was like, yeah, he telling the truth though. Like, but it wasn't a rape scene. It was just implied. But everything else he said was absolutely 100% correct.
Another thing he also talked about too was the how the comedians are kind of cliquey. How there's kind of a gatekeeper comedian, and he brings all his friends on, and that becomes a clique. And I was like, I can see that because he's one of those. And like one of my favorite comedians, Adam Sandler, all his movies, he kind of has his same crew. And Eddie Murphy, he kind of has his same crew,
yeah.
And they kind of bring on they produce their own movies, they write their own movies,
and
they bring their friends on.
And where Katt was like, I just bring up talented people,
right?
And that was another interesting thing. Like, in addition to like all the people coming out and saying, well, he's telling the truth, there were like a considerable amount of people who just came out with stories about him, like giving them money, like in times of need, like. Comedians, up and coming comedians, and I think that speaks like so much more volumes than anything Kevin Hart could say. And it was kind of lame because like Kevin Hart responded, but like didn't really say anything of substance.
Yeah,
which is kind of like.
I remember Kevin Hart hosting the fucking fashion shows at CISA.
Really?
And yeah, when you were a freshman there. Oh, not only did we go to the same high school, we went to the same college. Yeah. It's
kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember back then, like, he wasn't really like a thing, but Katt Williams was the man back then. You know what I mean? That he was on back then.
What's your take on Matt Rife?
The white boy with the lips?
In the jaw? Yeah.
He's very cute. To me, that's what I see.
Is he funny? Fuck the looks.
You know what? I watched his last special on Netflix and I laughed.
Hysterically or chuckled?
I chuckled.
Okay. Speaking of looks, Matt Rife, did you see all that on TikTok?
He gives me Macaulay Culkin. I told Natalie, actually, Macaulay Culkin should have looked like him when he grew up.
But he he
looks like Home Alone. Listen to this. Macaulay Culkin is it's not how he should look.
Wait, no, listen to this. So a surgeon gets on TikTok and makes a TikTok and says, when you give your client the best jawline ever seen in mankind,
I knew that jaw was artificial.
And goes and gets himself canceled. Listen, that's not even the killer. Matt Rife comes under and comments, it's illegal to share medical information.
No, facts, nigga. I'm taking your medical license.
But so you got your jaw done. Yeah. You confirmed.
Oh, I knew that. I literally, when I was watching it, I was like, that is a beautiful jaw. Mm-hmm. He definitely has filler. And I definitely want that same jaw. But I at the same time, he's right. Nigga, you can't be telling him what you did on me.
But he never said who you were. You said who you were.
Beyonce's person talking about, you talking about you got big titties and you ain't got no, want to see some real ass, bitch. No. I'll be in the comments like, bitch, you're losing your medical.
That's like me getting on there and saying, when I get you the best deal of your life and you reject it, now you're facing life, and then you get on there and say, you're exposing my criminal information.
No, bitch.
You identified yourself.
Getting a BBL and then doing a workout tape. And my surgeon coming out being like, I did his BBL.
He never named him.
Nigga, you're taking my check away.
The point is, let me give you the legal aspect of this, because if we're talking about suing somebody, right? What's your claim? Defamation?
Nigga, you should have never told nobody
I never identified you. You identified yourself, number one. Number two, it's true.
Well, you the law.
It's true. That's the biggest.
But would I have a case?
Legal
would
case?
I have a case if
no?
Because that is what is it? Patient-client confidentiality.
When we talk about you're talking. Okay, so what governs client-patient?
So plastic surgeons are allowed to tell who they did procedures on.
No, you're not letting me talk. Number one. Okay. Number two, client-patient privilege has to do with HIPAA. That's about exposing your information to third parties. When you talk about claims of action in regards to when somebody says something out of their mouth, you're talking what's called slander, speaking it, defamation. When you write it, it's libel.
Even if he knows for a fact he's done your job.
If I never identified you by name, you cannot say that I'm talking about you.
But you posted my video. And
he didn't post his video. It was just a video of himself. He came into the comments and identified himself as the person. Number one, but that's not the only.
So I missed that part.
That's not the only part. Is also the biggest defense to defamation, slander, libel is truth. I could get up here and say, Markel weighs 300 pounds. He's the fattest fuck I've ever seen in my life. And if you weigh 300 pounds, you can't go sue me because I said that. It's true. It's true. That's the defense. Like,
but
and also you have to have damages.
Even if you was a nigga there when I stepped on the scale.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. And you also have to have damages too. You can't just say he said that and it hurt my feelings. Okay.
But what if
What are your damages?
What if I said that I have a contract saying I don't weigh more than 250 pounds?
Well, now we're talking about.
You knew that.
We're talking about 3 different areas of law. We're bringing up contract. And that's what people don't understand. I get calls all the time. And that's why I never practice criminal law. That's why I don't have my own private practice. Because I can always say, I don't practice in that area of law. I don't practice in that area of law. Don't call me. They was like, hold on, let me put him on the phone. Don't put him on the phone. Don't put him on the phone.
I'm saving my advice for some real shit because I've been in some legal shit, and I've known you've been a lawyer this whole time, and I've been like, I'll Google this until I get into some shit, you know, that I feel like, okay, I might be able to get some money off of this.
My number one advice to anyone who's seeking advice from a bitch like me is start at Google, bitch, and then think about the last time. But
bitch, I ain't never had to call you because of Google.
Exactly. And most people wouldn't. Most people wouldn't. But enough of the legal shit. Let's talk about some please be fucking for real, right?
Yeah.
That's what this segment is called. So
let's please be fucking for real. So
starting off with
the meat of the whole thing is one of the things that I really feel like our community has no idea about, really doesn't give a fuck about, is the situation going on with Gaza, between Israel and Palestine, and what's going on with the current situation since October 7th. I don't know if a lot of people of color that are not Palestinian know what's going on, but just in layman's terms, the city of Gaza is located in Israel. The city of Gaza is a Palestinian city.
Historically
speaking. Actually, Israel, period, is Palestinian historically speaking. But it was taken over by the United Kingdom and given to the Jewish people as a homeland, and except for the city of Gaza, which is surrounded by Israel. So to give you guys a context, imagine Los Angeles being the state of Israel, and Long Beach is Gaza. And the people of Long Beach are Palestinian, but the people of Los Angeles are Israeli. And you're in Long Beach, but to get to San Diego or to get to the Valley, you need a permit, right? You know this part? You need a permit from the Israelis to leave Long Beach. So the people of Long Beach are people that want to be able to move freely back and forth, obviously. And all of the Palestinians that are outside of Los Angeles, say in San Diego or say in the Valley, are trying to free their people that are in Long Beach. So on October 7th, there was an attack on the city of Gaza. And in the city of Gaza, aka Long Beach in our scenario, the Palestinians went in and there's a wall around it. So they bombed the wall, they went through. And imagine you and your family living in Long Beach, and then Israelis take over those houses. The people that went into those houses went and killed
your family, your grandmothers, your children,
exactly.
All of those things. And this fighting continued on for months. Not only that, but the United States is sending money to the Israelis to continue.
And the people that did this are known as the Hamas.
No.
The people that went into Gaza are the Hamas. But from what
you're confusing it. So what the Hamas is basically is a terrorist group that's associated with the original Palestinians in Gaza.
But when I've done my research, Hamas is really have a lot of similarities to the Black Panther Party.
Well, exactly, but they're utilizing the Hamas terrorist organization to radicalize people against Palestinians, and that's the whole propaganda that's being spewed.
The Hamas is radicalizing people against Palestinians?
Yes, so they're utilizing that particular group of quote unquote terrorists to get people radicalized and think that Israel's doing the right thing.
Oh yeah.
And so at this point, since October, it's been continuous fighting, and now we're at a point where that they've killed off so many people. I think the count is like above 22,000. So now they're starving them. They're stopping food from going in there, and now they're kind of like basically trying to starve them from the inside out. And it's a terrible, traumatic thing, right? And in America, people like us, young, Black, people of color, whatever you want to say.
But I feel like a lot of the Black community doesn't even get what's going on.
Well, let me tell you, that's where I was going with it. Is like we're dealing with a lot in our own backyards.
Yeah,
and it's like
we've dealt with so much that we could give a fuck about what the next.
Right. If I can't even afford to get groceries how I used to 3 years ago, do you think I give a fuck about protesting about some shit 3,000 miles away?
Yeah, I understand that.
And but there's also a way to be an ally in the capacity that you're able to be. Yeah. And for some people, that looks like not going to Starbucks every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because there's somebody who supports genocide. For some people, that means saying a tweet on Twitter. And that's how much emotional capacity I have for someone else's genocide when we're dying here, or we're starving here. Or
the crazy thing to me is, I know that I don't want to get flack for this because there's so many headlines about the Hamas and all. For me, when I look at truly from an unbiased opinion, they're not doing anything else that the Black Panther Party wasn't doing. They were, even when I look back. Don't get me wrong. When I look back at the Taliban, when I look back at a lot of the Gaddafi, a lot of different people
that have been labeled terroristic
groups, have been really doing the same thing that the Black Panther Party wanted to do for our people. They were doing for their own people.
Right. It was radical liberation.
And it was like, we have to fight and pick up a gun to be heard because they're not giving us our rights.
Right. And it's not to say we don't have a dog in that fight. But damn, do we?
No, because that's a white problem to me. So but at the same time, I want us as a people to know exactly what it is for what it is. Please be fucking for real.
Yeah.
Please be fucking for real, and don't act like these people are just doing this for no reason. And then the way that they're bombing these people.
I think the propaganda in America surrounding the whole issue is just crazy.
And you know what's the one thing that I really wanted to get a hold of is I don't really feel like there's this thing about anti-Semitism, right? Where if you say certain things about the Jewish community, or if you say, and I want to make a big distinction. The Jewish community is it's a very diverse community. The European Jewish community are the people that have a problem with, or that even say the phrase anti-Semitism.
Well, they've conflated the issue. If you say ceasefire, you can be accused of being anti-Semitic today.
But anti-Semitic is what? If you want to be, there should be. If anti-Semitism is when you say anything negative about a culture, it's not allowed, then this should be universal for every culture.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be able to say, oh, why aren't Black people at this level of whatever? Because if you don't know why, then that's anti-Blackism at this point. You know what I mean?
Well, that would just be called like racism. But the anti-Semitism, that term is related to the religious ideology.
And you know why Black people don't even understand because as a Black person, there was a long time in my life where I never felt like anti-Semitism. Why the fuck would we have a problem with you being Jewish? We don't even know you're Jewish.
Until it comes out of your mouth.
Until it comes out of So Black people really don't understand. Except the ones with we don't understand, but the reason why we don't understand is because anti-Semitism is a money thing. It's not a race thing. It's a money thing. And when you look back at history, we're so upset with the ancestors of white people, right? White people have done this and that. They've done everything wrong. The only thing y'all really invented was a gun and a contract, and you've used it against everybody in the world.
Ever since.
But white people are looking at Jewish people like, you guys are really the producers of this reality show. You're the Andy Cohen in this situation, and I love you, Andy Cohen. No offense, I know you're Jewish, but you are the producer of this reality show that has played us up to be the Nene Leaks of the show, right? Mm-hmm. We think we're the shit, and we think we have this sense of whatever, and then come to find out that we're not. We're the clown. We're horrible people. We're a clown.
We're the clown of the show.
We're the clown of the show, and not the, I don't want to say the Jewish person, but the producer, because it's not anti-Semitic, but the producer of this sat back and funded it and capitalized off of that ignorance, off of that false sense of whoever they thought they were. Wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And white people are like, look at all these races that are mad at us because of what you told us we were. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when they say anti-Semitism, white people are like, it's the Jews' fault. And the Jews are like, that is anti-Semitic. Don't blame us for what you did. And every other culture is like, what are you guys talking about? We have no idea we were even on the show.
Yes, for years.
Yes. We had no idea.
Yeah. That's interesting though. But like, I think the conversation gets exhausting when you talk about like overseas issues and you know that we're funneling like billions of dollars to not only Israel but to Ukraine and all of our other allies who are engaged.
Israel is daddy.
Yeah, who are engaged in like war crimes, you know.
And then I just feel like at first, at least the United States tries to pull a wool over our eyes. They try to make us
the propaganda is insulting. Don't piss on me and tell me it's right.
At least they put the effort in to make us feel like war is in our benefit.
Listen, but they send in all that money overseas and then turn around.
Israel gives no fucks. They're like, I don't give a fuck what y'all see. Y'all can see the babies dead on the internet. I don't give a fuck.
They said that was a misfire. No, but
no, but okay. Shout out to there's this guy on YouTube that has been making his rounds, and he does videos, and I don't know what app it is where people go live with each other. I don't know if you've seen other comedians doing it. Bigo, yeah. So he goes live with these people that he's from he's from the United States, but he's Palestinian. And he goes live with the people from Israel, and his name is, shout out to Hamas Sadai on YouTube. If you guys can see Hamas Sadai on YouTube. Huh?
Hamza Sadai. Not Hamas. Clarify.
Not Hamas.
Don't get this banned.
Sadai.
If you're not a YouTuber like me, because I'm not logging on YouTube.
The video.
If Wizard Bisan _1. That's somebody who's been living in Gaza this entire time. She survived. Many of her family members have been killed. She gives up to the like hour updates on what's going on down there. Specifically, all our details are stuff like, you know, we have no tampons. There's blood in the streets. Like there's dead bodies in the streets.
Literal blood in the streets.
She's showing it. So if you want those type of updates, but like, you know, as the Black community, I think we're hypersensitive to seeing a lot of those images just because we've seen so many deaths of our own people on camera here in America. So it's hard to stomach that. Like after so many police killings, I got tired of watching the videos, and after seeing so many of these images, you kind of get exhausted on it. And it's not that I'm not sympathetic, I am. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, damn,
we've been there.
We're fueling billions of dollars to make this happen, and I'm supposed to like stop drinking Starbucks and pay my student loans. But I can't I can't really reconcile that. Like I'm not doing either. Actually,
and
I'm protesting it.
We're so busy and distracted that we don't even really care where our tax dollars are going.
Yeah, they're not getting any of my tax dollars.
Yeah, me either.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to pay. Please don't
stay exempt.
I'm going to pay all of my taxes. They're not going to get me in 10 years and bring up this clip.
My mom told me if you're Black, you should claim exempt.
That's crazy. If you make any type of real money, if you claim it tips, you're gonna be in for a shit show. My mom is the tax lady.
Catch me up. You right.
Speaking of W-2s on the way, income tax season. What are you gonna do? Do you get a refund?
I don't, because I'm self-employed.
You should really get a refund if you're self-employed. You're not doing it right. It's your duty as an American citizen is to pay as least amount of taxes as possible. I haven't gotten a refund in years, but I do make sure that I owe less than like $1,000.
I hate doing taxes because I always owe.
I'm married now, so that's my husband's job.
I want a husband.
Do you?
Not really.
They're expensive. No, I'm just kidding. And I don't mean in dollars.
I want one because I want to be somebody at the house, but then I also want to fuck all other niggas too. So.
Yeah, and somebody's going to always be at the house.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I love my boo. He's amazing.
I want him to be in his own room like my grandparents.
Yeah, you gotta have a separate room. I have a separate room.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do.
Y'all living a good retired life.
Yeah, I only sleep in there sometimes. Sometimes he makes my son come sleep with me, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go back in the bed.
He does it on purpose. Like,
yeah, he's like, okay, you want to be separate? Here you go.
Right.
This is what it's like to be a single mom.
Be alone.
anytime I'm alone with my son, like I love my husband just that much more. Because I don't want to be a single mom. Like, I know that I'm not built for that shit. And honestly, shout out to all the fucking single moms. You guys are of another breed. Because I can't even do 3 hours alone. Come get your son. Come get him, because he's acting up.
No, for real. Whenever I talk to you on the phone and your son is crying, you be like, come get him.
Oh, God. I be like, go to your dad, go to your dad, go to your dad, go to your dad. Don't ask me no more questions. Go to your dad, go to your dad.
On the phone, come get him.
And he knows. He's a sweet boy, though.
No, but yeah, he's a sweet kid. He's not even a problem. He's
got everything down. He knows exactly how to play us on each other. He knows exactly what to say to who.
Yeah. Oh my God. Y'all better stay together because he's going to play the fuck out of y'all.
I know. Anytime he wants anything, his dad tells him no, he has no problem. He'll eat an ice cream right in front of his face. And I'm like, here's the ice cream. Can I have a lick, please? He's like, another one. You know.
And he's adorable. He's like a literal 50-50 of you two.
That's crazy. I know. It's kind of crazy. What about those kids who come out like a carbon copy duplicate of the parent? Have you seen those kids?
I feel like a couple of your sister's kids are like that.
Which one?
Like Janiah Lila.
Exactly. The dad didn't even try. The dad didn't even.
But then like Giselle looks exactly like the dad too. So
really? Yeah, Johnny is like the perfect mesh of me and his dad.
And the last two. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, this is controversial. One thing, like, I always wonder, like, people who have children with other cultures, like, do you ever be like, damn, who white baby this is? Like,
what you mean?
Like, you know, have you ever seen those kids who are half black, but they look totally white?
Yes.
You've never seen that?
You know what's crazy? I have a lot of biracial friends.
Uh-huh.
But every single one of my biracial friends have a black mom.
Really?
And their dad is the opposite.
You know what, honestly?
And usually it's the other way around. So all of my friends, I feel like, look like their moms, but they're like a different color.
Oh. No, I've seen kids that just came out totally white.
No. See, I don't have... All my mixed friends look just like their moms, but they're like light-skinned with a wig on. But that's their real hair.
Do you know, like... Sometimes, like, I'll be saying things, like, about interracial white people, and I gotta remember, like, I have so many white friends and family, and, like, I wonder what they think. Like,
I feel like I have white friends through work, but I don't have any organic white friends.
That's so funny that you said that, because I was having that exact conversation, and I was having it with my white homeboy.
And he was like, Benj. You've always had a white homeboy since I've known you.
Benji, yeah. That's one of my closest friends.
Shout out to Benji. I haven't seen you since you were like 19.
But specifically, we're
in our 30s now. But
he's half Mexican, and he'd be very disgraced.
I know Benji, but I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah, me neither. No, I've seen him, but yeah, that's my dog. But that's one of my... He looks totally white, but that's my friend. Yeah. And, like, I'll be talking to him about white people and have to, like, be like, damn, bitch, he's white. Like, you got to remember that. Right. I was talking to my cousin. She's married.
You be like, white people ain't shit.
And I was saying that.
Like, damn.
I was talking to my cousin about that, and she said, yeah, girl, you be saying stuff, and I have to be like, damn, because one time he was like, I don't even let him in my house. And I was like, she was like, my husband. I'd be like, you know what? I be forgetting.
You do know Benji's here?
No, her husband. And I was like, I be forgetting he white. I do. And that's the thing. What? The white people who are close to me, they're so close to me, I forget they're white. Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be like posting shit about interracial relationships, and I'll be thinking about her too, and I'll be like, except y'all.
No, and I think she knows that.
Yeah.
Like, she knows that. And that's what she's like. She's like, I was like, damn, but he has like family and friends and shit. And she's like, yeah, he knows. Like, it's cool. Some of the people who are like white and like are in black circles, like, they know how white people be too. Like,
but also, I just recently sent her a video of this guy on YouTube that was like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but every black girl I see in a relationship with a white man look happy. I don't see none of them online complaining, talking about this, and that shit. I see everybody else online complaining about their niggas.
Yeah.
But all the bitches with a white man.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, I got me a real nice, fine chocolate man, and I ain't got no complaints.
Shouts out to the chocolate man.
I ain't got no complaints.
Representing.
But I do be on his ass if I feel like you looking at a white bitch. Feel like you thought she was cute. I'm calling it out.
You know he ain't into no cave, bitch.
He like the Mexicans though, sometimes.
Sorry for calling y'all cave.
Yeah, you probably should edit that out. You gonna get us banned. I love white people though. Like they do make the women.
If you know Mickey Markel, I'll do y'all hair. I love y'all.
And honestly, the industry that I am in professionally, like most of the people I deal with are white. So it's like, are you California white or are you South Carolina white?
But I feel like white girls that be sitting in my chair, they know what's up. They know, what your ancestors did. And
yeah, and if they
apologizing for it, you tipping for it.
But
because you ain't nobody else gonna lay your shit down like me.
On God.
But
if they're coming to you, they probably like are the cool white people.
Yeah.
Because the bad ones are not coming to you.
I love all my coworkers in the salon. Don't feel like because I'm talking about white people, I'm talking about you because I know you're an ally.
Me either.
And my phone died.
To anyone in the industry. We lost camera one. We've been talking that shit for a minute though.
Let me see. We got anything else on the
Please be fucking for real.
Please be fucking for real. I hope you guys are really in tune with us. I really so what I also want to do from our next episode, this is our very first episode, so if you're listening, our Twitter and our Instagram and our TikTok is please be FCKNFR. Please be fucking for real. And I want you guys to pull up in the DMs and ask us for some advice. We want to give you guys back some feedback. So
whether you got a legal question, a fashion question, a music question,
a hair question,
a relationship question.
A relationship for sure. Yeah. Like, send us a DM and we're going to be checking them. And then next episode, we will pick one and we will respond to you guys and we'll let you know because we want to hear what you guys have to say. And we nosy.
We nosy. So
yeah, we are, I feel like we're going to wrap it up here. We are at, what time your camera say at?
An hour and 6 minutes.
We're at an hour and 6 minutes.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to everybody. Thanks for, fucking with us. I'm Quarter Quay.
I'm Mickey Markel. And this is
Please Be Fucking For Real
podcast. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.